Okay. Before I really need to be grounded. I am so ungrounded. I have had a hell of a morning. And so.
Well, don't count on me because for me to ground you means I have to get grounded. Sleep deprivation is a real thing.
Yes. Yes. That's when shit really gets real. It's when you're not sleeping. Yes. Ooh. Yes. Not sleeping, not eating, those kind of like your basic needs are yeah. Okay. Would you like to open space or would you like me? So everyone, we're going to open space and get grounded here. So, all right, I'm just going to start while she's.
Yes, please.
Spirit for bringing us together for this meditation today. We ask that, I said meditation. See, that's out of there.
Meditation. This is not a meditation.
This is not a meditation.
This is a podcast. And
oh, dog.
All right. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Thank you for tuning into TCS.
Yeah.
The Conscious Spirit Podcast. Yeah. Woof. And for those, if you're new, I'm Pam.
I'm Mari-Lyn.
And we're going to try and get through this the best we can. I think we need to get grounded first, though.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yes. We both kind of had a lot. And I want to talk about that. Actually, we got an email late afternoon yesterday, early evening.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I think I want to start there. I want to talk about parts of, not the email itself, but just what it sort of brings up for me. So first we need to get grounded. Thank you, Spirit, for this time to come together in circle to do this podcast. We ask for your words of wisdom to share with everyone. And we ask that everyone listening receive what they need to hear, whether it's the exact words we say or not. We ask that our body devas are grounded, that we release the stress. The planets are doing all kinds of crazy things lately, and it's really, there's a lot of upheaval for a lot of us transitioning and moving, whether we know it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Not sleeping, just getting off our schedules. It's really been a doozy. And we ask you, Spirit, to bring us to a place of balance as we ground, as we balance our brains, our ego, our emotional body, our energetic bodies, and our physical body, all grounded down through a grounding cord down into the earth and anchor us into a solid foundation. Thank you, Spirit. As we sit in gratitude. And so it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
you mentioned, I'm going to interrupt you before you get going, because you had said, the planets are doing a lot of stuff and there's upheaval, and you put into the mix the man-made conundrum of the time change. Because we are heard worldwide. We work with people all over the world.
Yes.
And
not everyone has changed their time. Yeah.
Not everyone has changed their time.
Or does change their time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just another layer to the mix of chaos, of discombobulation.
Love that word. March has been one hell of a month spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
And planetarily.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. So lots and lots of outside factors.
Absolutely. So I feel better. Are you feeling any better?
Excuse me. Yes.
So what I'd like to talk about is we received an email yesterday, really very... Okay, I can't say it was urgent on their part because they've been dealing with something for many years.
Mm-hmm.
But you could feel the urgency.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, something they said in that email comes up so often for us, and it hurts me. It more than I think with Mari-Lyn, but you can speak for yourself, of course. One of the things that was brought up is for years now, they've been going to psychics and healers and mediums, and no one has been able to help them with this issue. And that just breaks my heart. That's,
Mm-hmm.
I always talk about 90% of our, 85-90% of our profession is BS. It really is. People are unhealed. They don't know as much as they think they do. Some of them are just downright fraudulent. Some of them really believe they're doing work, God's work or spirit's work or whatever. So they kind of come to it in kind of good faith, but they're really not. They're just so unhealed and so unethical and whatever. It was a perfect example that what came in this email. 6 years going to all these people. Sometimes she said it just got worse after seeing them.
Right.
Sometimes it got better for a minute and then it went bad. So it's kind of like our medical profession often. They're just trying to put a little Band-Aid on something and not get to the core problem. And one thing that pisses me off about this profession is people aren't fucking honest. They don't say, I'm sorry, I can't help you because I don't know what to do. Let me see if I can find someone who can help you.
Right.
They don't do that. They just, they see the money. And because most of these, I think, were I don't know if anything was.
I am going to guess that everything she has done this far, she has paid money for.
Yeah, that would, yes. We are some of the very few, I'm sure there's more out there that do this. But our clearings, if we come to your home and we are clearing your home, we never charge for that. Mm-hmm. People donate to us because they feel drawn to do that. In the spirit of gratitude, but you don't have to. Most people don't, as a matter of fact.
Most don't. Yeah,
and that's okay. That has never stopped us. Your political beliefs, your economic status, your social standings, whatever it is, means nothing to us. You come to us for help, we're going to help you. Period. And I don't even care about that. We don't ask. We don't want to know. I don't care what you do in your life or what your opinions are or whatever. You come to us for help because you have paranormal things happening. You have witchy things happening. We're going to be there to help you. That's what we do. And we feel Mari-Lyn and I are on the exact same page on this. It feels weird to charge for that. It feels
it does.
And
I want to add one point to that, though.
Yeah.
In addition to doing the clearing,
yes,
we do our best to give proactive suggestions of things that you can do to maintain the vibration that we leave your home in, things to do to help avoid further activity. I mean, what we get rid of is not coming back. However, you can invite more things in.
Yes.
And
if you don't take care of you, correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So after we come in and help, there is a certain amount of personal responsibility that needs to happen.
Yes.
And I just needed to say that.
Help with that too.
We do.
Yes. And there is a certain point where, yes, we do charge. There is, our healings are not free. So, I mean, we have to make a living too. And we do, but for this piece of it, we don't. And for them, I can't remember how many years she said this was happening, but it's been a few. And it's gotten worse. It's not, and And this is not the first time. We've heard this so many times. People have gone to these psychics, these healers, these mediums, and they take their money and then they do shit. Or they make it worse or whatever. And it's just so disheartening to me. It's so disheartening that that's happening. Not only does there's already sort of this shroud of what we do is already fake and phony and fraudulent.
Sure.
Well, we're contributing to, not you and I personally, but the people in this profession are fake and frauds, and, they're taking money and not doing a damn thing, not making anything, and they're not being honest. That's the part. If someone comes to you and says whatever, there's something going on with me, I need your help, and we can't help you, we say, I'm sorry, that's not in my wheelhouse. You have to stay in your wheelhouse. It's like going to your hairdresser and asking to have your nails done, and she doesn't know how to do it, but she sits and she does it anyway. You're going to get a crappy ass man. Right. Yeah. And you're going to pay her probably top dollar, because most of these people think they're so good at whatever they do, right? And so they charge top dollar. And it's just so infuriating to me, and it hurts me, because this is my profession that I love so much, and I have spent a lifetime being in and working at and helping people. So yeah, it's really, anyway, I wanted to get that out, because that's painful. Yeah, it's hurtful.
Yeah.
So,
It's very disheartening to hear someone say, and that one phrase, and you said it, temporary relief, and sometimes made it worse.
Yes.
It's very disheartening.
Yes.
This hasn't been my profession for as long as it has yours. Right. Thank God. Can you imagine a drunk psychic?
Oh, they're out there, sister. They are out there.
My. Oh, my.
Bad news.
But it is very disheartening.
It is. It's yeah. So, and to all of you who have been to, and I've been to them too. So I've talked about, and maybe I haven't on here. I don't know. Through the years, constantly, I always wanted to learn new things, always learning new things, always being interested in this and that and the other. And I go to these classes and different teachers, and I have spent so much money doing that. And there were only a couple teachers I can look back on and say, I really learned from them out of all of the teachers that I've had. And I mean, it is part of it, but it's different when you're going for help as opposed to I'm going to learn something.
True. Very true.
Even with teachers, there's one teacher that you had, a younger girl. You went just to see what she had to, and she acted like she was all that. She'd probably been doing it for all of a year. I don't know, maybe longer.
I don't know.
They act like they know everything. And it's actually, you know what I just got the hit on?
No.
It's that place where you just know enough to get yourself in trouble. That place where you're learning, and you get to that. Yeah, you get to that place where you know enough. Well, you know some, but not enough, but you think you do.
You mean like a 17-year-old?
Yes. Like I said, a 34-year-old even. Someone, yes.
Yeah.
Really, I think that would be one question I would ask a psychic if I were to, is how long have you been doing this? And then shave off a few of the years they tell you, probably. But this is not something that you can, to be really good at it, it's not an overnight thing. You have years and years and years of self-healing and awareness and working with people before you can get to, my personal belief is that you and I are at the top of the heap. Can we still learn more? Hell yes, we can. And I hope so.
Yeah.
We learn new things all the time.
All the time.
Are there people in certain areas that are better than me at certain things? Yes, absolutely. That's another sort of myth, is that psychics know everything. And that's such a, right? But isn't that true? Like, if you're psychic, then there's so many different ways to go with that.
So many different ways. Yeah.
As if, like, when something goes wrong in my life, someone might say, well, you're psychic. Didn't you see that coming? Oh, right. Jesus, shut the fuck up. No, I didn't see that. That's not what being psychic is. Just stop already.
What are the lottery numbers?
Right. Yes. Good Lord. Yes. Or where did Grandpa bury his fortune? Like, fuck if I know. You're going to have to ask Grandpa. And he probably won't even tell you now either. But
probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Depends on, depends.
Yeah, it's really rare that they come back and they care about that, healed spirits. But also, I don't do straight readings because that's not my forte. Can I do a reading? Yes, but I don't know why you'd want me when you could get someone who's really bent that way and does a better job.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what happens is people will just say, oh, sure, I'll give you a reading. Give me whatever, however much money, give me $100 and I'll give you a reading. Well, that's not what I do best.
Mm-hmm. So the profession of being a psychic,
yes,
is somewhat relatable to the medical field.
Absolutely.
Because you don't go to one doctor for absolutely everything.
No.
You don't.
No.
I would not go to a dentist to have my appendix removed.
Correct. Absolutely not.
So it's very similar. And even in the world of dentistry, how many different
so many
areas are there, and in every aspect. So it's really very similar in the realm of being psychic
and being a healer. Mm-hmm. That means just telling me you're a healer. It's like, oh, well, okay, I guess I have a category, but I have no idea what you do within that realm.
Right. What does that mean?
Yes.
What does that mean? Because
yes,
that's very, very broad.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Even putting that word energy in front of it doesn't help.
Nope, it doesn't.
It really doesn't. Excuse me.
So I feel for all of you out there who have been to crappy psychic, that they've taken your money and they told you they could do something and it didn't work out. We've all been there. We've all done it.
Nope.
That's true.
Nope.
Nope.
So, in my younger years, being shut down, and the word psychic being so taboo.
Yeah.
When I shut it down, I shut it down hard.
Well, and when we were kids, psychic really was
illegal.
It was illegal. It was. In Portland. Portland, it was illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was illegal.
It was illegal. You're right. Yes. Yeah. Women were getting thrown in jail and having their tarot cards and whatever all taken away. And how sad is that? But it was. But that's how it was. And so, and then it started to become more populous, I guess. I don't know. Started, it started coming out, but it was still the freaky, stupid, the weird people.
Right.
It wasn't.
at that point, I had already learned how to dig my heels in. And so there I did.
Oh.
So I never went to a psychic. I never sought out a reading. Did I want to explore it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And what I was taught just overrode absolutely everything.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I was certainly well into my adulthood before my first real teacher came up. I actually went to someone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was different. It's so different now. We have teenagers that contact us now.
Yep.
We don't work with them. But they.
No, you have to be 18.
Yes.
And over, preferably over.
Yes.
18.
Yes. And depending on what you want, like if you want to develop, I'm just not, I don't help people develop that early in life. You have too much living to do. Too much. There've been a couple mid-20s that I've started with talked about the whole thinking they've got it when that's another sort of younger person thing. They know just enough now to get themselves into trouble.
Yeah.
But so I've learned anyway. So I had to bitch about my own profession a minute, and it hurts. It does. It hurts.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it does.
Yeah. Anyway. Whoo. I can let go of that now. I can let go of it. So what did we talk about? We just got online today and just got right here, and we were all floaty and whatever, and didn't really
out in the ethers and
now. The whole psychic thing. Yeah. Someone's changing. Someone's Mari-Lyn is.
What? What are you talking about?
Here's another thing that happens, and I've talked about this with me when Fred was trying to tell me that I was a teacher, and I just ignored it. And I'm not. Shut up. No, I'm not. Not listening. As you all know, songs would come on the radio. I turn on the radio, and it was a song about a teacher or whatever, and I, just sort of poo-poo it and whatever.
Right.
So I've been on this journey with witchcraft for a while. Not doing witchcraft. No. I'm the anti-witch person. I'm not a witch hunter, although I love that term, but that's not. I have a new series coming out on our other channel, Unmasking Magic with Pam. Mari-Lyn just did a video with me.
I did.
So you're going to see her more, which leads us to you.
Yes.
Mari-Lyn has been ignoring, and she's still ignoring, the calls to head in that direction from paranormal into witchy stuff. And I am very excited about it. Yes.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Yes. And it really is. So here's another, ding, 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 ding.
Oh, okay.
So really, we started out being spiritual, sort of dabbling with this psychic medium thing. You have to be psychic to be a medium, right? But
not all psychics are mediums.
So however that is, and then you start sort of learning that and moving through and trying to figure out this vast profession is just crazy. All the opportunities and the different directions you can go.
It is, because even a medium is not a medium, is not a medium, not a medium.
You and I are mediums very differently.
Very differently.
Everyone is different because everything is different about you. Your skills are different. Your mindset's different. Your life has been different. Everything comes into play of who you are and how that represents within being a medium.
And are you bent to be a medium for the higher realms? Yep. Are you bent to be a medium for the earthbound and the non-human? And where?
I mean,
Where
and
else?
there's more than that too.
And where else?
Right. Are you good with missing persons? I'm personally not. Some are. I mean,
Some are.
sort of bent a different way. And then there's being a healer, as we talked about before. That goes in a gazillion different ways. But to do what we do, you have to be a healer too. You have to be psychic.
Yes.
You have to be a medium and a healer.
Yes.
Right? So, and dealing with not just a few ghosts in a house. We deal with what sort of outside of TCS calls demons and so forth, right? Those really low vibrational beings, and that's who we deal with. And really, that is training ground for then coming over into the witch area. In my opinion, at least that's the way that was the road both you and I took.
Right.
Yes, to get there. And it does cross over. There's a lot of crossover.
A lot of crossover.
A lot of crossover. So, welcome, sister.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
There is no accident in my finally letting down my shield.
Oh, it was a shield. It was
okay.
Like, yeah.
My big steel box.
Yes, yes.
And the dreams I had last night.
Oh.
The dreams.
I have not heard about these dreams.
And I'm using the words dream very broadly.
Yes.
Because through most of these dreams, I was actually awake.
Okay.
I was spirit dreaming.
Yes. Love that term. Love that term. Yes. There is spirit dreaming. I have been having trouble sleeping for many weeks. And I go to bed early last night and I fell asleep fairly quickly, and I slept for about an hour, a little over an hour. And I'm dreaming. And in my dream, I realized I was asleep and I woke myself up. And I went, interesting.
Why did I do that? Spirit, what is going on?
And that's when you got flooded.
I got flooded.
Yeah. Love that.
And the next thing I'm asking is, what am I afraid I'm going to miss out on? Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
What am I afraid I'm going to miss out on? Because it was like, oh my God, I'm asleep. I have to wake up because I'm going to. And then for the next 3 hours, it was in and out of sleep, dreams in my sleep, spirit dreaming while I was awake, communing with spirit, physically I had to get out of bed and shake to let go of energy. So much of it was of limiting beliefs.
Yes.
Of lids that I have put on. Okay, one of my dreams was of, I think it was, I don't even know. It was like an awning or a hatchback, something that had a hydraulic lift to it. So it lifted or moved out, and I kept stopping the mechanism, not allowing it to go. And I was told very emphatically, it works. Yeah. It's supposed to work. This is you, and this is you stopping it.
Yes. So stop stopping it.
Yes.
And of course, free will, we can continue to stop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at some point, you have to trust spirit, and spirit knows a hell of a lot more than we do. So
yeah. So the removal of like these pinch points, my low back, my back has been hurting so bad.
Yes. Not anymore?
Well, yes. There are physical reasons.
Yes. Yes.
However, I'd say 85% better this morning.
Yeah. When that energetic piece, we hold on to that. We talk about cell memory, muscle memory all the time. And there's so much energetic shit in there. When we finally let go of that trauma, of the wounding, of the crazy adopted thinking that we have, whatever.
Those limiting beliefs,
your body will release that, and it's like relieving the pressure.
Yeah.
Letting that go. Yeah.
Last week, I was working with a student, and she found some energy I was holding in my ankle, which I thought was really weird.
Yes.
But in talking, I'm like, okay, it kind of makes sense.
We hold energy everywhere.
During all of this, my ankle started throbbing so bad.
Wow.
It felt like my ankle and my foot were like 3 times its size.
Wow.
And I just started stretching it and circling it, and I could feel the release.
Nice.
And it was shortly after that one, I had already been out of bed and shaking, and how my husband sleeps
I know through it all. Yeah.
Me, I have no clue, but thank goodness he is just a sleeper.
Yes, my husband is that sound sleeper too.
So crazy, so jealous.
Thank God. Yeah.
I looked at the clock, and it was 2:10, and I went, "Oh my God, I just slept for almost an hour." But I wasn't really sleeping because I was aware of all this energetic movement. Yes. And that's when my ankle was like throbbing. And so I just stretched it a little bit, and I stretched. I went to sleep and woke up at 7:30.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did wake up one time at 6. So I woke up at 6 and went right back to sleep, and woke up at 7:30 and went, holy smokes. I
slept really well. I don't remember my night at all. I was out cold.
Yay.
But there have been several nights where I wasn't sleeping at all. So that was really good.
That's amazing.
So all that said,
yes,
you say that Mari-Lyn is finally coming over. She's finally listening, and I'm super excited about it. And there is a point though as well. So I'll just sort of explain to people sort of a little bit of how this works and the why. I can't tell you the why. I don't know the why. Typically, I shift and I move and something new comes to me. And then once I sort of I can't say figured it out, but am well on my way. I'm solid in it.
You're moving into it.
Yes. And then Mari-Lyn starts moving that way as well. It's really crazy. Once in a while, it'll happen the other way with healing or something. Mari-Lyn, that will tend to be the place where she'll do it first, and then I come along. But in the development piece, it's usually that other way. And I want to tell, I don't know witchcraft. I don't want to know witchcraft. Fred tells me, do not learn about it. You do not need it. That would make me more vulnerable. Because people will ask me about witch, like, I don't know. I know how to break it. I know how to dissolve it. I know how to help people. I know how to bring divine justice to people. Or I don't do that. Spirit does. But so I don't know anything about the actual practice of witchcraft. And I'm not to know. I have no interest. So that's good. I'm glad that Fred has said, no, you're knowing it will make you more vulnerable. So don't.
Right.
So I definitely listen, but I also am not curious. And I'm so curious about so many things, but that I'm like, meh, no, have no interest. I think it's awful, and I want nothing to do with it. Yeah. So, but welcome, sister.
Thank you very much.
So at some point, yeah, Mari-Lyn and I will sort of be billing that together, as that's what we do together, and we're on our way.
Yeah, don't have any idea what that means or
no,
what
and
it
we
looks
both know.
like.
Spirit's not telling us.
No.
We literally have to just trust and wait for the signs to come in, and the signs come in all different ways. Allow yourself to learn when those learning experiences come, and tell you what, and this really, I shouldn't say all, mostly is spirit taught at this point.
Agreed.
We do learn from people when they contact us for help, for classes or whatever. Of course, we're going to learn there. But most of it is absolutely spirit-led. They bring us lessons constantly, new information, and you have to be in that space of just receiving it when it comes. Sometimes we have Mari-Lyn and I will text each other, this just came, blah, 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 blah. And we both just sit there and go, have no idea what that means, but I guess we'll find out someday.
Yep.
So you don't poo-poo, you try not to poo-poo anything.
And then there's also times one of us will text, this just came, and we are able to gain a little bit of insight.
Yes. Or the other person goes, oh, you've got to be kidding me, because this is what I heard, and it comes right.
Yes.
This is not a solo thing, what we do. It is not a solo thing. And most psychics, healers, whatever, are solo people. They think they're the only ones. They're not free with their information. They don't want to share. They don't want to talk because someone else might take that and someone else might be better. Yeah, we don't do that.
No.
But Mari-Lyn and I are absolutely meant to walk this journey together, without a doubt. So, welcome, my friend, my sister friend.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And that also means, that's also kind of selfish, because what that means is that I have hit a certain level of my knowledge that now you're coming in, because that's always how it is. I have to
hit always how that is
level before so yay me. I didn't think of that till just this moment. Yay me. I've hit whatever that level is that spirit needs me at before I start because then we work together.
And I always have to reach a certain level of surrender before I can step up.
Yes.
No?
Yes. And surrender is hugely important in this.
It's hugely important. One of my lifelong lessons is around ego.
Yes.
What I've learned is that not only is my life lesson around being out of ego, but looking at ego from all the different sides.
Yes.
And having a healthy ego, which is fucking hard.
Oh, dude. You said a curse word.
That's
usually me that does that. I need to write that down. What time is it? What's the day?
I have the worst mouth. I really do. I
haven't heard that, but okay.
And people are like, oh, you swore. And I'm like, yeah. when I was yeah,
but you usually say like puny words. You don't, like, you just threw an F-bomb. That doesn't happen often. It happens all the time with me. But you're a puny swearer.
Maybe I don't know, maybe I'm Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Maybe in your head you say it a lot, but it doesn't come out that often.
I don't know. My husband might disagree with
it. Well, yes.
Anyway.
There's no other word.
The healing that I have to do in order to surrender to step out of myself, because those limiting beliefs that I'm letting go of, that's ego.
That's ego.
That is all ego. Trying to keep me safe, trying to keep me small. And it's exhausting.
And limiting beliefs, as you're talking, come in so many different ways. Even people who, because okay, this is how spirit works, bringing me things, right? Just threw in this picture. There are people, let's use like YouTube creators.
Okay.
They've got millions of subscribers. They're on YouTube all the time. They're doing their thing and they're doing it well. And even they have a limiting belief. When your focus, because at some point, I can't say all of them, I don't know, but many YouTubers, influencers, anything like that, whether TikTok, Insta, whatever, the focus becomes so narrowed on making money and getting more. You are limiting.
Yes.
That's even a limited belief.
Yes.
Because what you're talking about is kind of the opposite. What you're talking about is keeping you from, like, you have to drop those so you can believe that these things can happen and go forward.
Yes.
Right.
And so I can expand. But see, even when they do that, when they're so focused on the money and the subscribers and doing what they want, they're very limited.
Yes.
In their ability to expand.
Yes.
For fear of people might not like it.
Yes.
I might lose people. This isn't what they're used to.
And that's so true in any profession. And
it is
anything, all parts of our life. We can have so much confidence in a certain area and yet cross that line from confidence into narrow thinking. And you lose
freedom.
Freedom. Love that. Yes.
You lose freedom. Yeah. When you're in that place, and regardless if it's, whichever end of the spectrum it's on, it's exhausting.
It is. It's so exhausting. Yes.
What I want to say is, if you are going through life and you are exhausted and you don't know why, take a look at your beliefs. Take a look at how you really feel about you and what you're doing
and the why.
And are you limiting yourself in any way, in any capacity?
So what this brings up to me too is just, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, you said something, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember your exact word, but let's talk about where TCS is going.
Yes.
We, at least once a year, if not more, but there's always one big, once a year, Mari-Lyn and I sit down and where are we going? What do we want this to look like? What does spirit want it to look like? You have to revisit the why. Why are you doing this? And the why, pardon me, is so important.
It is.
Are you? And we shift sometimes. We've shifted many a time because it's like, no, we kind of got off track in this area, or we haven't spent enough time in this area. That's one too. That we sort of, for whatever reason, the fear came up, something. So we know we're supposed to do that, but we kind of didn't step over and take care of it. Yes. And so really, in relationships, in business, in your personal healing, just your personal development, take a step back and look, and you have to be honest. We even lie to ourselves. Stop lying to yourself. And spirit knows the truth anyway. So if you're lying because you don't want your guide to hear it, well, sorry. They already know.
They're just back there going.
And they're not judging. Nope. They're here to help. But it's really, okay, why, and where do I really want to be, or what makes me feel the best? And am I not doing that because it's not very popular, but boy, it makes me feel good? Or whatever it is. We all have reasons why we sort of don't do things that we're limiting ourselves is the whole.
We are limiting ourselves. And is there a safety factor?
Yes.
Are you not doing something because you don't feel safe?
Yeah.
And if that's a yes, why don't you feel safe?
Right.
And who don't you feel safe with? Is it you?
Yes. Some limiting beliefs, some fears.
Is it you? Are you relying on someone else to keep you safe?
Yes.
Because I've recently went through that.
Yes.
I realized I kind of had my safety split into two places.
Yes.
I'm standing behind my husband, expecting him to keep me safe, and I'm standing behind Pam, expecting her to keep me safe. And I wasn't able to be that safety for me.
And I would like to say, when Mari-Lyn made that connection, she made the shift within herself. Boom. That's when the direction of witchcraft came in. And she was like, oh.
Almost simultaneously,
Yes.
It feels like.
Yes. And that's what happens. Spirit is literally standing next to us, waiting for that moment of whatever we need to heal, whatever realization we need to, whenever Spirit deems us ready. I'm going to say it that way. Whenever Spirit deems us ready, boom, it comes fast. Life comes at you fast, as they say.
And I mean, in hindsight, I can see that now. But at the time,
right,
I didn't realize that's what I was doing. I didn't realize I wasn't being responsible for my own safety in any area, which is a little kind of mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Like, how did you get through life this long with not? But I get it. And safety is something I have worked on my whole life, because that's been a huge lesson for me. So I got there sooner. Yeah.
And because safety was so important for you, you were so safe.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And it allowed
not protection. I want to make this clear. We're not talking about protection.
No.
Different than safe. That's different than feeling safe.
Yes. Very different. Also,
a way you can know if you have some limiting beliefs, if you have a firm, it's not that I can't do that. I just don't want to do that. That verbiage came in because I think
a very firm.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I have done that many times. No, I just don't want to. Well, really? Or is it, Pam, that there's some fear there? There's some limiting belief there. There's some fear that if you do that, something's going to happen and it's going to be, bad for you or whatever it is. But yes, I just don't want to. Oh man, many times that I've used that. Yeah, I just don't want to. Yeah. Well, no, you actually do want to, but but I've convinced myself that I didn't. There's a convincing that happened. Mm-hmm. No, you just convince yourself, and that's a safe way out of it.
It is a safe way out of it.
Yeah.
Because if you really don't want to, I mean, you truly don't want to, but an opportunity is there.
Yes.
And you're like, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And you give it a shot and you go, didn't think I wanted to do that. Don't want to do it.
Yes, right. But really find out, is that really something you want or not?
Yeah.
Yes. Like when I say I have no interest in witchcraft, that I don't. And I've seen enough of it now, and that's not the same thing.
And no.
Yeah. Not at all.
It's not.
Nothing to do with it. And I don't need to. And Fred came in and said, don't. You're safe for not knowing. So okay. Right on. I'm it. Yes. So that's cool. Ooh. Yes, those damn limiting beliefs they really suck. And we all have them in different areas. But I would really encourage everyone to take time in their life to reevaluate where you're going with yourself, where that is it really are you really on the trajectory that you want to be on? Are you really headed there? And and there are going to be areas, are you really too narrowly thinking? Are you so set on that thing that you're missing opportunities?
You're so set on that red Corvette that you are missing out on that beautiful blue SUV.
Yes, right, exactly. Yes.
But maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, and that goes for everything. That goes for being in a certain job, reaching a certain goal, we've many times had goals that once we sat down and we analyzed it and went over it and went, I think we got everything we needed from that particular goal. What we thought the goal wasn't at all.
Was not.
And it turned out that we got everything already. So move on. Yeah. And it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to shift the goalpost. You have to shift the goalpost.
Absolutely.
If your goalposts have been the same for a while now, you need to reevaluate.
Absolutely reevaluate. And the process of letting go of limiting beliefs and changing your belief system, it really is a journey. It's a process. And I wish it was clarity, change, boop, done deal, but it's not. And I mean, sure, there's a few things that you can go, oh, okay, I am done with that. And you do make that shift. That's the small things, but there are bigger things that you actually have to work through, and it takes time because a situation will come up and you'll start to think that way and you'll go, ooh, I don't want to think that way about this. Well, too late. You've already done the action.
Yes.
You've already responded. Sometimes we can change it and sometimes we can't. The next time you're going to think about it and you're going to go, no, I am not thinking about it this way. This is how I want to think about this. And you put that into action.
Absolutely.
Eventually what happens is you go through and a situation comes up and it's like way past what happened. And you're like, wait a minute. Wait just a minute.
Yes.
That thing happened the other day.
Yeah.
And it didn't take me down.
Right.
In fact, that thing happened the other day. And I think I actually used it as an advantage. And those moments of realization that, holy shit, I really did change the way I think. I changed the way I act. That is such a celebratory moment.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Woohoo! And it's so exciting to watch a student or a client experience those kinds of things.
That big awakening moment, the big light bulb. Yeah. As you were talking, something that came through is, I should be able to do this.
Yes.
That's another moment to stop and look at what you're doing.
Yes.
Well, should you really? Is it, why should
Is that truth?
Yes.
Is that truth?
Yes.
And is the reason you can't do it, is it because you're trying too hard?
Yes.
Are you trying to force it?
Or have you already gotten everything from it that you're supposed to, and now it's just like, sometimes you're just stepping over yourself because it's like it just doesn't bring the joy anymore. You've already got the things that Spirit needed you to get from that. That's something that Spirit reminds me all the time when not that I do this all the time, but when I'll look back at like what we were talking about earlier, like all the classes I've taken, all the money I've wasted. And Fred will say, it's not a waste. You always, even when I walked out of a class and thought, well, that was a fucking waste of my time and money, And oh, no, it wasn't. Let's look at what you learned. You learned that you don't want this, you don't want that, you don't want to be like that, or there's some beliefs that you've limited, or it totally expanded you. I remember with a Reiki class years ago. I was like, that was a fucking waste of time. What the hell? I was so pissed at Fred for not telling me that I was going to waste my money and go do this. But I learned first of all, I expanded and went, oh shit, Reiki cannot be all there is. This cannot be all there is, because this is stupid. And I learned I didn't want to be that type of teacher. There was so much I learned, but when I got over how fucking bored I was and how irritating these ladies were and all of that, went, oh, okay, money well spent. I learned a lot, and it did open me up to other ways of healing. There's so many different types of energy healing, and so many. Yes, and we're each individual going to, if we listen, there's no box. I don't put myself in some sort of weird energy healer box. What I do is kind of put a name on it, because
not as an energy healer. No, you don't.
No. No.
You put Fred in the box every once in a while, but
well, he's bad. He's bad once in a while. So I have to put him in that box. He's a bad boy sometimes. Yes. Yes. So I guess just learn to expand, and there's so much more out there than we even know. And even for those of you who are like me and are such huge dreamers, sometimes it's the other way. We have to learn to bring that into the 3D, which can be hard as well. But you can't live in that spiritual space all the time. You have to learn how to bring those together.
You have to learn to be human.
Yes.
Allowing yourself to be human. And, on that journey of expansion, it can be like a roller coaster.
Oh boy.
Well, life is a roller coaster. Yes. And so often in life, we accept that low place.
Yep.
And when we're on this journey, we want to stay in that high place, and we just can't. Sometimes we learn best when we're in that low place. And so
that's when we learn. I mean, as far as the humanness in the human healing journey, you don't learn anything when everything's going well.
Right.
Yeah.
So allowing yourself to be in that roller coaster.
Yes.
Of being in that low place and accepting that high vibration when the clarity, when the healing comes and you feel good, without expectation of that other shoe dropping.
Yes.
Because unfortunately, whether the shoe drops or not, shit happens.
Boy, howdy.
Okay.
Yes. And it's supposed to.
I am just reminded that is literally where the story of the other shoe dropping.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, that was funny.
But I guess whether the shoe drops or not, it still happens. It does. And we have to go through it in order to come out the other side of it. So don't allow yourself to just be in the muck.
Correct. Yes. I ditto to that.
Because when you come out and you're in the spiritual piece of the learning and the expanding, it's so worth it. And it will make those darker times easier eventually.
I will say, though, we are supposed to learn heartache. We are supposed to learn sadness, depression, anger, disappointment, envy.
Mm-hmm.
We are human. We are here to learn and to feel and to work through and grow all the full expansion of what our emotional body has for us.
Mm-hmm.
We really are, because we don't have that on the other side.
No.
When we're in our spirit form, it's all, we have some regret. We have things that we want to do. There are some basic things, but the full, we're not depressed up there.
No.
We're not, we're not envious. We're not that kind of thing. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think it might be a good place to stop.
Okay.
Unless you feel like I'm cutting you off, then I want you to keep talking.
No, there is this feeling that somebody out there gave up on their spiritual journey because it didn't stay, it didn't do what they expected.
Yes. Drop the expectations, first of all.
Yeah. They didn't get a healing and they were healed. They're still angry. They're still...
Nothing is one and done.
Nothing is one and done. And there's a difference.
On your journey.
Mm-hmm. There's a difference between getting angry and being angry.
Yes.
And if you are just angry, there's work to do.
Yeah.
If you've done the work and you still get angry, well, we're human and that's an emotion that we are supposed to experience. There's still work to do on, okay, does your anger equal the situation? Is your anger short-lived? Is your anger really long-lived? Because I'm really good at instant anger. Oh, wait a minute.
But
damn it, I'm really mad about this. I'm going
to say that's true with any emotion. How long are you staying?
Yes.
Not just anger. That's
not just anger. You're right.
Across the board. Even joy.
Yes.
Of course, we want to be in that joy longer, of course, but it can get to the place where we're faking it and we don't even maybe realize that we're faking it, or we're not. Right. We're not, because we want everyone else to think that we're there. So there's any emotion that you're in for too long of time, it's good to sort of check.
Are you using it as a place to hide?
Yes. We hide all the time that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So just things to consider and
you're on
broaden your awareness.
Everyone is on their spiritual journey. Everyone. You're doing it. If what you're wanting, so when you said that, my thought was what that person is wanting is to have a better connection with spirit. And that's different from because you're always on your journey. You're always on that path. But so whoever you are and all of you, think about it. What really is it that you're looking for? And start there. Yeah. And it could just be you want that connection. I know that for you would say that to me because I have such a connection and I'm always communing with spirit.
Yep.
And how do you do that? And you have that now.
I do.
I do. And so there really is a thing of
I had to learn.
Yeah. Yes.
I had to learn how to accept that connection.
And it's different. In religion, it's a different type of connection compared to what we do. And so that's another thing. What type of connection do you want? What do you sort of want it to look like? Then you can go into whether that makes sense or not. Is that just that doesn't really happen, but anyway, yes.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Everyone. Hope you enjoyed this conversation today. I hope made you think and opened you up. And thank you for letting me vent. Certainly being just so,
Yeah.
hurt by
And,
my confession.
you know, as you're contemplating, you know, all of these different things, and you're like, I don't really know what I want, but I want more.
Yes.
If you go to the website, tcseverydayspsychics.com, there is a contact us form. Look at what we offer.
Which is changing. That
It is changing.
We're gonna have a big change here real soon.
Yep. And so if you go there and there's nothing there, please check back in a few days. I'm not sure.
Or send the contact form anyway.
Yeah.
And let us tell you if you're looking in the right spot or not.
Reach out.
Yeah.
Tell us what it is you want, what you're looking for, and let's see if we can help you.
Yes. And we will be honest. If it's not something we do, it's not something we do. And we're not going to try to make something fit that's not a fit. We don't do that because we want to feel good about what we do too. Mm-hmm. And our goal is to help. Yes.
Yeah. Our goal is to help and to help heal. So
absolutely. Yeah.
So there it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And like, subscribe, share, comment, text us, whatever platform you're on, you can get.
Yes, if you're on the audio only, you can text the show. We can't reply, but you can text us.
And we do appreciate all of those texts we get. We appreciate all the comments and the shares and the likes and the subscribers and all of that. So
we do. We appreciate you. All right, everybody.
See you next time.
Bye.